Good evening, Tallahassee. I'm student meteorologist Tyler Sherrod here with your FSU weather. Right now, the sun is shining bright in the sky above Doak Campbell Stadium and is 91 degrees. It's mostly sunny, a little bit of clouds here in the background, but nothing too much there. As for rain, there's not much here in Tallahassee either, or throughout the rest of the Big Bend region. A little bit here in Cross City, but that's about it. Skies are pretty clear in Tallahassee, not in the Midwest. This low pressure system is bringing a lot of rain to the Midwest, and also this low pressure system is bringing rain to the West Coast as well. And if looking at tonight's temperatures, it's going to hit down to 68, so a little bit cool for the summertime, but skies are going to stay clear, winds are going to stay calm, and our 3-day forecast, it's just going to keep getting hotter. We're going to stay at 95 degrees as we go throughout the week. And looking at what's going on throughout the rest of our show, the heat is going to continue to build throughout the Memorial Day weekend. Record heat expected, and we might even break into 100 degrees. For now, I'm going to pass things off to Michael to take a look at the Southeast.
Yeah, thanks, Tyler. And if you're in the Southeast, it's a tale of two stories. If you're on the eastern side of the Southeast, you're basically in the heat right now. 91 degrees here in Tallahassee, 88 in Atlanta. But then once you go past towards Arkansas, you notice how it's a little cooler. We have a front there currently, 67 in Little Rock with those rain-cool skies, and 72 in Shreveport. So that front's going to really move through a lot of Arkansas and Louisiana as we go into the overnight hours. And the dew points ahead of that cold front, really high dew points, 72 in New Orleans, 62 in Shreveport. Now back towards the eastern section, dew points are a little bit lower because we have high pressure situated over the eastern sections of the Southeast, and those dew points are going to remain low for the time being until we get into the weekend, and that's really going to increase those heat indexes as we head into Memorial Day weekend. So some dangerous heat expected across the eastern section of the Southeast. You can notice high pressure just situated off the Southeast coastline, and a little bit breezy, especially in Jackson ahead of that cold front. 21-mile-per-hour winds in Jackson and 15 in New Orleans. So very breezy ahead of that cold front, but a very hot day across the rest of the Southeast. Satellite and radar does show you that cold front that is situated right along Arkansas and Louisiana. And this system, you're thinking, is it going to actually get to Tallahassee? Well, not really, because of this high pressure system really having a stronghold on the eastern section of the Southeast. And it's only going to strengthen as we head into the weekend. And temperatures will get close to 100 degrees for a lot of the sections, especially in South Georgia and North Florida for that Memorial Day weekend. Now across the Southeast, you notice that's just this weak line of showers and thunderstorms. We still have a tornado watch in effect for Little Rock until about 7 o'clock. And this line of storms is going to weaken as we head into the overnight hours and basically dissipate by the time we get into tomorrow morning. Now the next 24 hours does show you that. Look at this line of storms just slowly dissipate, and once it tries to get to Memphis, it just really loses its energy. The high pressure over the Southeast is a really big stronghold, and that's going to really increase the heat as we go into the weekend. And so tomorrow you see temperatures in the 90s across a lot of the Southeast, nothing compared to what we're expecting this weekend. Now we're going to send it off to Emily with a look at our first local.
Thanks, Michael. Check out those temperatures that Michael said, pretty high in this region. Let's check out the Almanac too, the record book, a high of 92 today. That was set back in 1938. That is extremely high for this time of year, but nothing compared to what we saw. Low 64 overnight with that record set in 2002. Our current conditions though, 91 outside, mostly sunny, winds out of the south at 11 miles per hour. 91 here in town, 91 up in Bainbridge, 85 down by the coast in Apalachicola with that sunny sky all over the board. Our dew points a little high for this time of year, 66 in town, a little bit more muggy down by the coast with a 68-degree dew point in Carabel and 63 up in Valdosta. Our muggy meteor, you can see that it's a little humid throughout the region with those open faces on our smiley faces. Little muggy up in Monticello and Thomasville with that muggy too. Heat index extreme for this time of year, 94 here in town, 92 in St. Mark's, and 92 in Perry. You can see those wind speeds and directions through our region. Coming out of the south off the sea there, 12 degrees here in Tallahassee and 3 up in Monticello. Satellite and radar, nothing you can see except for down here in Cross City with that sea breeze shower approaching their area. Zooming out, you can see this system moving through here, the remnants of that severe storms that happened through Oklahoma yesterday. That low pressure system is going to continue off to the east, going up into Iowa and somewhere over into Illinois come this weekend. Next 24 hours in our region, not much going on. As you can see, a little bit of cloud cover to our east. Nothing really else is going to happen. And then you see these winds shift off towards the coast tomorrow morning. A little bit of storms coming through tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening with that sea breeze pattern picking up this type of year. Tonight's forecast, 66 degrees in town, 67 up in Monticello, and 64 in Quincy. Pretty low overnight, but then we're going to heat up again tomorrow morning, 93 here in town, 87 in Carabel, and a hot 95 up in Bainbridge. If you're heading down to St. George Island anytime tomorrow, you're going to see a high of 83, and that water temperature is going to be pretty close to what the air feels like at an 82 degrees. Sunny skies, but make sure you bring that sunscreen because it's going to be lots of UVs. 7-day forecast, look at that weekend. Very, very hot, no rain. Triple digits come Sunday and into Tuesday next week. I'm going to pass things off to Michael again with your national.
Yeah, thanks, Emily. And that 100-degree mark on the Memorial Day weekend, something we haven't seen in a long time. 2016, in fact, for Tallahassee. But the national picture, again, the severe weather has really died down across a lot of the nation, thankfully. But we still have to worry about the flooding out towards Kansas and Missouri. You notice how it's 63 out towards Kansas City and 89 out towards Memphis, ahead of that cold front. But then as we head out towards the Southern Plains, 83 in Dallas-Fort Worth behind that cold front, a much nicer day compared to earlier this morning. But really cold conditions across the western sections of the U.S. with 44 in Salt Lake City, 37 in Denver with some snow. It's May, folks, and we're still talking about snow in the Rockies, and it's just amazing. The dew points across the western sections, but much drier with that trough located over the western sections, but ahead of that cold front, dew points surging into the low to mid 60s and 70s out towards New Orleans, 72 in New Orleans again, 67 in Memphis, and just slightly lower out towards the eastern sections of the southeast. Now, our wind speed shows you where that low is in Kansas, a very strong low, in fact, for this time of year. And those southerly winds ahead of that cold front out towards eastern Texas. And then we also have high pressure located off the southeast coast, and high pressure, again, is going to really strengthen in the southeast as we go into the weekend, causing those temperatures to soar into the upper 90s and triple digits. Meanwhile, the west is going to stay really cool with that trough located over them. Satellite radar does show you that low over Kansas City, Kansas and northern Oklahoma, with high pressure again in the southeast and this trough of low pressure out towards the west. We do have some severe storms out towards central Missouri still with some lightning. That, again, we have a severe thunderstorm warnings in orange with the tornado watch in yellow. And we actually have one tornado warning out towards central Missouri, just west of St. Louis. And then out towards where the low is hanging back, we do have a severe thunderstorm watch in pink, with also a severe thunderstorm warning and tornado warning in central Kansas. So again, the severe weather threat's still there, but it's going to really decrease as we go into the overnight hours and into tomorrow. Another thing we have to worry about is the flooding. A huge flood warning for a lot of Kansas, Missouri, and northern Oklahoma with some flash flood warnings in red out towards Springfield. They do not need any more rain. It's been a very wet spring and early summer out towards the central part of the U.S. Now out towards the west, we do have that trough of low pressure with some showers and mountain snow, surprisingly, for the end of May. And we do have a lot of freeze watches and warnings in effect for the Rockies. Now for the next 24 hours, you start to see that low move up towards the northern Great Lakes into Minneapolis, Chicago, and Green Bay. Notice the southern section of this cold front. It just really dissipates out because high pressure out towards the southeast again is so strong, just takes out all the energy out of that cold front. So we're not expecting any rain for at least the next 7 days here in Tallahassee, unfortunately. The only hope we really will get for any rain is from a sea breeze shower or thunderstorm, honestly. But you start to notice how that low moves up towards Canada. The trough remains in the western part of the U.S. And then out towards the east, start to know that high pressure really starts to strengthen, and those temperatures are really going to rise as we head into this weekend and next week. Now tonight's forecast, very warm across the southern tier and cold across the west. Similar story for tomorrow, cold across the west and very hot conditions expected in the southeast with 93 degrees in Tallahassee and 91 in Atlanta. Again, going to be much hotter this weekend. Now we're going to send it off to Emily with Florida.
Thanks, Michael. Taking a look at Florida, hot all around the peninsula of Florida. 87 degrees down in Miami with a hot, steamy 96 degrees in Gainesville and an 89-degree temperature in Jacksonville. Take a look at those dew points again. Pretty muggy throughout the entire state with our low temperature dew point in 61 degrees in Gainesville. Pretty hot down in Key West, 72 degrees. Pretty muggy down throughout the southern part of Florida. As you can see, that muggy meter, big humid faces all throughout the entire region from Orlando south. A lot of open faces, pretty muggy throughout the entire region of Florida. Our heat index hot all across the board. Cooler 86 degrees in Pensacola with the hot swamp again in Gainesville at 96 degrees. Wind speed and direction, you can see that flow coming out of the southeast here, bringing in high winds in Pensacola at 13 miles per hour, 12 miles per hour winds in Tallahassee. Satellite and radar, not much over here on the Gulf side. Few showers down here by Miami in the Everglades and a little bit down in the Keys for your evening tonight. Zooming in South Florida, you can see those showers here, kind of situated in the same area with that sea breeze here. If you're going out to dinner in Miami, it's going to be a clear evening for you. Do not worry about bringing your umbrella anywhere. In the next 24 hours, you can see those showers lingering throughout the night and into tomorrow morning. Moving off pretty cloud-free for your morning commute tomorrow. Into tomorrow, you can see those clouds moving in a little bit South Florida, but nothing really else happening throughout the state of Florida. 75 degrees tonight in Tampa and a 72-degree night in West Palm Beach. Pretty nice for a nice evening outside. For tomorrow, your high is going to be 93 degrees in Tampa and 85 in West Palm Beach. Not too bad, but it is going to get scorching hot through these next couple of days and into the weekend. I'm going to pass things off to Tyler with your local 2.
Thank you, Emily. And the sun is still shining, and it's 91 degrees right now. Mostly sunny. These clouds are starting to go away as the sun is starting to set here in Tallahassee. And the temperatures all throughout the region are pretty hot. 91 in Tallahassee, 91 in Valdosta. Down on the coast by Carabel, a little bit cooler at 85 degrees. And our dew points show that it is also very moist in the region, once again, especially by the coast. In Tallahassee, we have a dew point of 66, St. Mark 70, up in Bainbridge a little bit drier with a dew point of 61 degrees. And looking at our muggy meter, it's showing it's pretty humid out here on the coast, not as bad as we move through towards the middle of the country. And looking at our wind speeds, the wind is bringing up moisture from the ocean, and that's why it's so moist on the coast. And as we get up towards the north, it gets a little bit drier. In Tallahassee, we have winds up to 12 miles per hour. In Quincy, 10 miles per hour. Down in Carabel, 8 mile per hour winds. And looking at our satellite and radar, we don't have much in the way of rain here in the Big Bend region, and it's going to stay that way because of the high pressure system that's dominating this region. Maybe we can get some rain from some seacoast showers like they have in Cross City, but don't plan on having rain. But if you are in the Midwest, you could plan on having rain because this low pressure system is bringing a lot of it, not as intense as it was yesterday, but still bringing showers for much of Missouri and Iowa, and especially Nebraska and South Dakota. Up in Chicago, this high pressure system is keeping rain away from Michigan. And as we go through the next 24 hours, these winds are going to start calming down and not really moving towards the Tallahassee region, a little bit towards the east, towards Perry, but winds are going to be pretty calm as we go throughout tonight. And as we move through Wednesday, it's going to stay the same. As we go through the morning and into the afternoon hours, we're going to see some clouds build up. The winds are going to start picking up a little bit, and we have chances of some afternoon showers. But tonight, we're going to be at 68 degrees with mostly clear skies, and the winds are going to stay calm. And looking at tomorrow, we're going to get all the way up to 94 degrees, and it's going to stay sunny as usual here in the Sunshine State. The dog walk forecast for tomorrow, you might want to take your dog out pretty early because it's going to heat up fast. We're going to get all the way up to 94 degrees by 3 p.m. tomorrow. And looking at our 7-day, it's just going to continue to get hotter and hotter, and we're going to even reach 100 on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. But that's all we have for the show today. Make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And you can always watch live at 6 o'clock on FSU Weather on YouTube.